be hitting the ground running by not wasting much more time, as we would be starting this event, just as I said earlier, the Congress, by standing up to sing the national anthem, and after that, the president will be here to preside over the Congress. Thank you so much. Can we see? I mean, can we all stand up now to sing the national anthem?
Okay.
Okay, so I understand that we are of mixed nationalities here, but this time around we will not sing the Zambian national anthem. We'll be singing the Nigeria national anthem. So on this side, just be following us. You understand? Be following us. It is sweet, I can assure you.
It's all in the program.
Yeah, okay, and it is in the program too. So yeah, the tone is la 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 la. I don't know how you stop or when you play, but just flow. And on the count of okay, it's on page 2. Our national anthem is on the count of 2, and we would sing the first stanza alone. We are saving our time reading. We are saving our time. We'll sing the first stanza so that we can save as much as possible time. If you have a very good voice, you can start with us. But if your voice is as bad as mine, please let the sweet voice start it and we'll join. So at the count of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, go. What's trust Nigeria to serve with hope and strength and faith that we shall never be. One nation bounded, free, peace and peace. Thank you so much. You may have the pledge later. I am very for Nigeria. Okay, you can clap. You are clapping. So that they don't sound not like I'm going to my house, they will have locked the gate. So please, we'll take the is it that's only one stanza. Everything is good. Okay. And you know how to sing.
Sometimes
Thank you so much. So while we debate whether we can sing or not, so we would grab that time and definitely sing it the next time. But when the person that knows how to sing it, what is working at all is working again. So when you practice it, you have that. That's why you come. No problem. Okay, so at this great places, with so many people practicing different posts, I have the privilege to the podium, the president of this August association, and the name of Comrade Charity.
hello, please. Is it fine from your end with my phone? Yeah, I'm not getting out to turn it the other way around. I don't know why.
Okay, so why I have the president here, so just to assure you that I'm not kidnapping her, is that we want to announce, some of the schools that are here already. We have it up here, University of KwaZulu-Natal. If you are here, can you wave? Thank you. They are the original ones. Okay, Nii. Okay, so we have Okay,
please,
Durban University of
the next time.
Okay, you can clap. You need them on the way. The clap will not make them ready to hold up. So, yeah, and we have Cape Town, Cape Peninsula University of Technology. When I saw you, I know you're a rich man. So, and we have University of Cape Town. Why do you want to stand up? People from that side, they don't struggle. They are not from. Yeah. So we also have people from the university that is bearing the name of the city, University of Johannesburg. So we have UNISA, University of South African. If you are here, now I see why UNISA is all over South Africa. Somebody there. Yeah, University of the land. Okay, we have technology. One of them is technology. Okay, we have University of Technology from here. Oh. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry.
Wake up.
That's why you have a thank you, sir. So we have the right leader with but this. University of and we have of Pretoria. Pretoria always running the club. Thank you so much. So, the institutions that we are expecting from an institution that we have not mentioned here, you can just let us know so that 2015. No, not me. We are cool. Cool. So at this job, I will be going to the next item of our event, and that is the minute of the last meeting. Don't forget that here at this junction we are in our congress, so we want to hear the minute of the last meeting from the General Secretary of the Association. As I welcome Comrade Ike.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ike, the corporate outgoing general. What I am going to present is not the minute of the last meeting, but the last congress. The last congress was held 2018, and I wasn't able to take an event, and I was not also handed over the minute of that event, but to say that the last congress was April 2018. We would not have any of the congress until now due to COVID-19, even though we planned to have one, but due to COVID-19 we couldn't. So in that last congress, and schools from different provinces here in SA, and then here, and then I think more than that progress. I think that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much. I think the situation and people and conditions always work together. The situation knows that we don't have much time. You know, and you can see that we don't have much minutes to read. So you understand? So that is the point. So yeah, the next item on our list now is that I want to hear reports, institutional president, president from TUT, president from UJ, and so we just want to hear report. Okay, Mr. Comrade David Love. My name is I don't know what this is, but just that's it. Last Congress was president. No minutes. That Congress were just 29 institutions participated. I'm not blaming it. I'm just saying it ought not. So I want to add that maybe 2 years time, when this current effect is handing over, not being marked, they have that all the while because right now, the same game, or they are moving on. All the while, the same 15 minutes, the assistant secretary taking minutes, without minutes, handed over to the new incoming secretary. So we don't have a repeat of what I call I don't want to use. Okay, let me just stop. Please let us take things that are not good. Say the minute read. Oh, number of people are participated. The minute started at this time, ended at this time. That is the beauty of things. That is why we are here. So that's what not just for. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. That's easy. This must be done properly. So, and that has been taken into consideration. So, and I believe the General Secretary is taking note of this Congress too, because we are still in a Congress that is not involved in changing the time or having new executives. So, I believe we will have the minute of this Congress, to be read to in the next Congress, not next year. Thank you.
We also have the video of the last Congress. It was actually covered by Channels TV, and it's all over our social media page. So everyone can view the last Congress on Channels TV. Also on our Facebook page, if you follow Nanssa on Facebook, every details of the last Congress is presented. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so like on that we are still talking about getting report from our institution. So just as we have named them, so from University of KwaZulu-Natal. Yeah. Yeah. You don't like high places. I also do not like high places.
Ginger.
Madam President, did you post up for Madam President? That's very low. Not do 3 big.
All right, good afternoon. Afternoon, everyone. I don't have this Congress as regards to perform end. Well, one of the challenges is I think it's common amongst everyone having your passport application election, because I also have a student in KZN who has applied since February and hasn't gotten his passport now, which is quite, I don't know, it's quite disturbing. So, locally now, as institutional leaders of this organization, as leaders, we can the community that's My name is Ade. I'm a PhD student of English education at the University of Clevenard. Thank you. Sorry, I'm the president of the association.
Thank you so much for coming. So, like, Nanssa is also planning to have TV. This is our newscaster already. You know what to do. Oh, you see, they don't argue with the king. Okay, so the next institution we want to take reports from is Durban University of Technology. They are on their way, right? They are not here yet. Okay, so okay, Cape Peninsula University of Technology. They are also on their way. Okay. Oh, sorry, engineer. I'm so sorry. Okay, the engineer that will help my destiny. You're welcome, sir. So your name, the position, and the report from the institution. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name's Samuel Naduzi Ndukova, the special one.
Okay, I represent CPUT here, but at the moment, CPUT, we are having some challenges which I believe every student are still having, every institution are still having. But at the moment, the CPUT, we are not active in finance, as they said it. So I will plead for the new executives to see how they can liaise with me and other students in order to form a novel and tangible institution group in that organization, that school. All right. I just came as a Nanssa director of finance, going out in less than 2 hours. So, and I'm also a security student. I'm doing my PhD in civil engineering. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that's the report from Cape Peninsula University of Technology. Now I told you he's building a nation. He's a civil engineering, no problem. So TV, civil engineering. I don't know what you do, but I know you do something. Okay, so we are taking report from UCT, that's University of Cape Town. So report from University of Cape Town. What's up with you guys, and where are we? What? Yeah, okay, do that. So, okay.
Okay, I was here before. My name is Majuru, master's student at the University of Cape Town. I'm here representing my school. I don't have much to say, but I know UCT is intact, and they're all fine there. And then the Congress and the part of Nanssa, like institution. The institution that is representing Nanssa, they're intact and they're fine. And then regards to everyone from them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is the University of Cape Town. So the next university that we are taking the report from is the University of Johannesburg. So we want to take report from University of Johannesburg. So let me be partial. University of Johannesburg. That's where we are from. University of Johannesburg. University of Johannesburg. Yes. I said to you, the president of the University of Johannesburg.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Omobolanle Kayode James. I happen to be the president of CONSUD, that's Congress of Nigerian Students at UJ. Permit me, we've got a report. Oh. I'm an architect by profession, and I'm doing my master's by research at UJ. State of the Constitute Congress Address by Constitute President at the Nanssa Congress. Introduction, Your Excellency, the High Commissioner, Your Excellency, the Consulate General, student leaders present, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, distinguished scholars, colleagues, and comrades of the National Association of Nigerian Students in South Africa.
Good afternoon.
Dreams of our founding fathers and members. CONSUJ, the acronym for Congress of Nigerian Students at the University of Johannesburg, was established in mid-2011 by a team of dynamic student leaders led by our first president, Mr. Collins. This team constituted the first set of members of CONSUJ, and their vision, foresight, and dreams are towards unity, progress, sacrifice, innovations, solution providers, and welfare of Nigerian students at the University of Johannesburg. Their foresight is why we can have this gathering today, 11 years after. This is reflected in Article 8 of the CONSUJ Constitution, where the aim and objective of our Congress are stated explicitly. This objective reflects that our founding fathers want CONSUJ to be more than just an association, but a congress of intellectuals, solution providers, and knowledge enablers and sustainers. These have been the driving force for the administration under my leadership. Only when we become a solution provider can we gain the respect we deserve, and then CONSUJ will be strong to work for us all. CONSUJ development is a progressive journey that we must be part of, and that will start by being united amongst ourselves, showing love and care to one another, accommodating one another, shunning divisive talk among ourselves, stopping bickering and betrayal tendency, and above all, consistently seeking the progress of one another. Demography of CONSUJ at UJ. Our CONSUJ consists of intellectual scholars, students undergoing their undergraduate degrees, honors, master degrees, PhD degrees, and postdoctoral fellowship. According to the university's student affairs across the 4 campuses of UJ and the international office, we have more than 300 scholars at the University of Johannesburg that are Nigerians. Awesome. However, when we were registering the Congress with the universities, we collected sample biodata of about 250 scholars. From our analysis, the Faculty of Engineering and Built Environment has about 43% of Nigerian students at UJ. College of Business and Economy has 19%. Faculty of Science, 16%, Faculty of Humanity, 11%, Faculty of Education, 7%, Faculty of Law, 3%, and all other faculties, about 1% of Nigerian students. Moreover, most of our students are postgraduate students with few undergraduate students, perhaps a ratio of 3:1. Also, from our observation, the gender categorization is alongside the faculty. Hence, CONSUJ has more male members than female members. That means we have more Nigerian males at UJ. Leadership. The CONSUJ leadership has been very inclusive and all-encompassing, as there are checks and balances. The leadership of CONSUJ is according to the following. We've got the executive, that's CONSUJ executives. The Executive Council of CONSUJ consists of 8 leaders, led by the President, according to the provision of Article 11 of our Constitution. The Executive President, myself, James Omobolanle Kayode. We've got Mr. Ifeanyi Frank as Vice President. We've got Mr. Adekunle Peters, that's my General Secretary in Green Debt. We've got Ms. Agbebi Bola Tito, our PRO, Ms. Abidemi Bakare, Vice General Secretary, she's also seated there. And we've got Ms. Bernice, Financial Secretary, and Mr. Adeleke Ismail, that's our, is there in white. Consult stakeholders. This is an informal body which comprises former and current leaders of Consult, committee members, and national officers of Nanssa. Complex decisions are taken by stakeholders, especially in our relationship with other associations and the national body. Consult have also got patrons. By the Constitution 2022 as amended precisely, Article 14, Section 1 and Section 2. We have 3 patrons for Consult. They include Professor Peter Olubambi, that's Consult Grand Patron, Professor Nnamdi, and Professor Abejide. They have been guiding us and providing leadership for the association as we route our programs and activities through the spectrum of their advance. Notable programs and achievements of Consult in the last year. These Consult achievements were mostly recorded and executed in the David Love Opeyemi-led administration, who handed over on the 2nd of July 2022 after a successful 1 year in office by the provision of Consult Constitution. Participatory governance. We have been committed to the dictates of our Constitution by ensuring that every aspect of the Constitution is executed. Once in 2 months, we always have our General Assembly meeting. We just had one, that was when we were late, sorry about that. And once in 2 months, also, we have a program or an event to bring us all together. This has increased participation in Consult activities and also endeared members to Consult. This has also made us deliberate on things that concern us as Nigerian students in UJ. Quality representation. We have qualitative representation. We have qualitatively represented Consult members at the Nigerian Consulate General Office, University Student Affairs, UJ Protection Service, University International Office, UJ Student Finance, the High Commission Office, and the national body, Nanssa. This representation has eased in sorting out passport issues for about 15 members of Consult, fighting the national body in writing a petition to the federal government on COVID-19 quarantine fees of 500,000 naira, which contributed to stopping it from being enforced. Sorting of admission issues on behalf of members, pressure on release of merit bursaries, award for about 10 students, that's 10 of our members, and boosting Consult interest that led to having the national president and national general secretary of Nanssa, that's the incoming ones. 2021 symposium. Symposiums are avenues to discuss exciting and developmental issues that will add value to the lives of our members. We had our first symposium virtually on September 4, 2021, with the theme maximizing the opportunities and information of the environment. It's centered on opportunities for academic excellence by Dr. Van Zyl, UJ Academic Development Center, funding opportunities by Ms. Dudu Mbata, UJ Postgraduate Office, permanent resident and visa application presentation by Dr. Kingsley, UJ Postdoctoral Fellow, and UJ International Office General Information by Ms. Chantel. Naija Day Fiesta. We had the first Naija Day celebration as Consult members on 1st October 2021, bringing together about 50 Consult members in their Nigerian attire and celebrating the diversity of Nigeria and challenging ourselves to do more. A national daily also published this in Nigeria, that's Daily Independent. The historical Niger Day Fiesta celebration theme is Justice in Development, a creed amid celebration. This theme speaks to the fact that while we celebrate our diversity, uniqueness, and achievement as one nation with one diversity, we must ensure that our development stands on the pillar of justice. This is because without justice in development, developmental gains are short-lived. This is because without justice in development, developmental gains are short-lived. The keynote speaker for the event was Dr. Kingsley Unkoba, who spoke on the role of intellectuals in nation building. The event was attended by representative of the Consulate General, Professor Peter Olubambi, Professor Abejide, and the national president, that's NASA president, that's president as a charity. It was a successful event with food and drink. Consult Leadership Seminar. A leadership seminar was organized for all levels of leaders in Consult, comprising the executives, committee members, and past leaders that have contributed to the growth and development of Consult. It was a conscious effort to impart leadership values in all leaders in Consult, upcoming Consult leaders, and interested individuals. This aim was achieved. The seminar themed is Sustainable and Impactful Leadership in the 21st Century for Young Leaders. The date for the seminar was Saturday, January 29, 2022. Our keynote speaker were Dr. Simpson Abbott, Building and Sustaining Effective Leadership Through Teamwork, Professor Abejide, Adaptable Military Strategy in Leadership, Experience of Building in Kingsman Academic, and Ms. Kemi Sola, Conflict Resolution Mechanism in Leadership. The event was attended by the National Student Leaders Abroad 2022 Symposium. The 2022 Symposium was a two-day event which incorporated a research seminar with a theme Navigating the University of Johannesburg Successfully. It was held on Friday and Saturday, 25th and 26th February 2022. For the symposium with 5 speakers, Dr. Abiodun Egbetokun, Ms. Dudu Umbata, Mr. Opeoluwa Akinradewo, Ms. Untobs, and Dr. Kingsley. The symposium centered on the following 3 aspects: security issues, security bulletin, bursary opportunities, research seminars, and talks. Thanks for taking your time. You asked for a red cabinet for our report, so we are sending it. Thank you. Consult registration. We successfully registered the Congress in 2022 with the University Students Affairs Division via the APK campus for the very first time. That means Consult is legal in UJ. It's not just any association. This has brought about the legitimacy of the Congress, recognition by the university management. According to Students Affairs, this is the first time we will be registering the association and their benefits, and there are benefits for the Congress. Joint picnic with West African Students Union, that's WASU of University of University of Wits. The aim of the picnic was achieved, which is to have fun, integrate with other West African students outside UJ, bonding with Nigerian students in UJ, and explore opportunities through networking. This event was held at Zoo Lake, Johannesburg on the 2nd of April, 2022. 2-day Innovation Exhibition Conference, IEC 2022. The aim of the conference was achieved, which is to remake the image of Nigerians via Nigerian students by controlling, changing the narratives about us and showing the world our capability and telling our stories. The conference was held for 2 days on the 13th and 14th of May 2022, whereby the first day was virtual and the second day was physical. Our keynote speaker are Professor Tins Chen Jen, Miss Motion, sorry, Professor Nnamdi, Miss Carol, and Professor Clinton. We had presentation on innovations from council members in terms of products and publications, whereby awards were given to individuals who passed certain criteria and also to keynote speakers. Our presentations are being uploaded online. You can actually, okay, we'll come to that. But you can link us up via our YouTube page. Congress website. We have a functional website to bring in more opportunities for Nigerian students at the university. It also means to reach out to the world and showcase our potential to the world. The website is perhaps the first built website for any Nigerian Student Association in the Republic of South Africa.
Really?
I'm sure you can all get it. This website, so you're allowed to check out our website actually. The website is, you asked for the report.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Someone just said it's justifiable. The website is www.consuge.co.za. You can type Consuge online now and you will reach us quickly.
You wrote that.
Empowerment as a program. Today we had an empowerment program for our members in exploiting their entrepreneurial abilities and providing them insights on how to get optimized legitimate channels of having double income despite the state of the global economy. And our keynote speaker happens to be Mr. Edward Essen. That is presently there's an empowerment program going on. Relationship with the High Commission and Nigerian Consulate. Our relationship with the High Commission and Nigerian Consulate is very strong and goes beyond usual. However, we have a strong relationship with the Nigerian Consulate, who are always ready to listen to us and hear us out. This has led to ease of passport issuing for members of Consulate. Relationship with UJ Nigerian professors. Against the background of the popular perception that Nigerian professors are anti-Nigerian students due to certain issues in the past, we have been able to change that narrative. We can boastfully say that we have more professors willing to help Nigerian students. Towards the end of last year, we wrote on our achievements and goals for Consulate to about 10 Nigerian professors. Today we have on our side Professor Peter Olubambi, Professor Clinton, Professor Bejide, Professor Nnamdi, Professor Debo, to mention a few. We also have on our side several doctors who are lecturers in UJ, which we can always identify with for Nigerian student benefit. Relationship with Nigerian students associations. We have a cordial relationship with all Nigerian student association. However, we have strong governance and political relationship with the Nigerian Student Association of the University of Wit and UKZA. We hope to increase this relationship in the next year. Our relationship with Nanssa, that's the national body, has been cordial, but we have had our differences, especially on the issues of adherence to rule of law, doing the right things. We believe Nanssa has a long way to go in truly becoming a national body. It has to strive to earn our respect other than positional respect. We are concerned about this because a weak, undemocratic national body will affect our members at the University of Johannesburg. And this is what we cannot accept. We will keep on applying pressure in obeying the dictates of our constitution on global democratic tenets. We hope the new, as a national executive leadership inauguration today, will live up to the objective of the constitution of the national body, as stated in section 4.1.1 of the National Constitution 2022 as amended. Relationship with UJ management. As a Congress, our society have been able to solidify our identification with plans for our members with the university management. Our relationship with student affairs, Val, Ms. Tekiso, the international office, Val, Ms. Chantal, and Mr. Malefo, UJ Protectional Service and the UJ Community Engagement Service are very cordial and strong, especially the authorities at the University of Johannesburg. This has given us leverage to bring the need of Nigerian students to the relevant authorities at our school. This is a foundation that succeeding executives will always build on for the Nigerian students.
You see, like, are we now feeling like a Congress now? Now, so the interesting part for me is not where it's written. The interesting part makes it like Congress. When some people are saying no, and some people are saying this too long. I like that, and how many of us go to page, see one page, picture, and people are discussing the picture, and go to comment section. Do you do that? That you go to comment section just to find go to that person's profile. Are we even outside? Yeah, that's a Congress. It's not for my that was celestially done, like dawn to the dawn of the dawn. Thank you so much. So the next item, at least now we are seeing that was from UT, very simple one. And the next institution we are taking report, at least yes. This I can apply the word. I don't know. About 2 yeah, so now the other thing we are also trying to manage is that the CG will be there, and they are giving him time already. So please, we'll be taking reports from UNISA as I welcome my senior comrade, the man I call with all references, senior comrade, powerful, 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 powerful. I'm going to return to the top of the east of the west. Powerful, sir. You have the floor. Great Nigerian students, great UNISA students,
My name is Charlton Uwa Agbekan. I am representing the Nigerian Student Society, UNISA. As we all know, UNISA is a very different university. Working in open space is not easy for our day-to-day students. UNISA newly introduced the open distance electronic learning, and it has been a problem for us to really navigate through this. But here's where the Nigerian Students Society of UNISA comes in. Our main mandate and our main goal is to assist and bridge the gap between UNISA students and their distance learning, with primary focus on distance learning. Now, we all know that we generally go to schools, that we have to attend a class, we speak to our lecturers, we meet up with people. Now, UNISA has prior not have that access to people, access to its students, and also access to lecturers. And it even became a serious problem when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, meaning that although we are at an advantage, staying electronic, it's something that we were used to. It became also a problem while trying to navigate the space. Now, the NSS UNISA has actually assisted during the COVID pandemic with terms of welfare palliatives, with terms of telling students, we also supported in terms of telling students what to do when. But most of these students have actually graduated, as now they have become postgraduate students. Trying to filter in young, upcoming, and bright minds have also been one of our challenges, as we were majorly dominated by postgraduate students. But today I am proud to stand in front of you and say all the students that are actually here for UNISA, and they can wave their hands, are all undergraduate students. Coming to the position, I was actually only serving under a leadership that only had postgraduate students. And personally myself, I was the only undergraduate student. So I'm also glad to see inclusivity. And I'm also welcoming all Nigerian students to actually include undergraduate students more in their different organizations. And those are the future of the Nigerian students. What are the main challenges we face as the Nigerian Student Society in UNISA? One of the main challenges we tend to face as the Nigerian Student Society in UNISA is issues of passport renewal, which I can be glad to the National Association of the Nigerian Students in South Africa have personally assisted over 25 of our students to renew their passports. I'm also glad to Nanssa for their constant financial support to our students during the COVID-19 time, providing over 30 of our students with palliatives, of which I myself am one of the beneficiaries. I might not. The statement goes, a leader is not someone who bosses, but a leader is someone who humbles himself and actually takes the journey. I myself am proud to lead the Nigerian Student Society as the chairperson, and I will be handing over power in the next coming months. And I'm proud to say that today, gathered here under the National Association of Nigerian Students in South Africa, we can say we can move Nigerians forward. Great Nigerian students, great UNISA students. Thank you. I love your speech.
And the most interesting part, see, if I will tell you, is when you talk about the fact that you are part of the palliative beneficiary, I'll be looking at your account. You understand that one thing that is synonymous, so don't worry, I will explain palliative. One thing that is synonymous is palliative. If you see anybody after palliative, they have buga. I think the buga should have come down during palliative. You understand that? So, right about now, while we were having that report from UNISA, the president for Nigerian students in Durban University of Technology just arrived. I think the plane was not, there was no top president. Yeah, no, I'm talking about the plane ground. Yeah, so that was a very good one. Your smile shows that you don't have any trouble. Yeah, so that is my own. So while we prepare for your report, so we'll be taking report from Nigerian University of Technology. So,
she just sip water and see. My challenge to people that sip water before they talk is that it's always happening with the US things. You understand now? Okay, keep it brief. Yeah. Thank you so much. You don't need this. Your voice is loud already. She's the voice of the voiceless. The reporter flies. They should not fly out because of the people you are saying. Just use it. We understand your word.
Good day, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Clear enough?
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Samia Lawal. I'm the president of the Nigerian students of the 20 University of Technology. Thank you. I don't really have much to say, but I think the major problem that is faced by our institution, and I think most of the presidents have already spoken about it, it's the passport renewal. Passport renewals is like one of the major issue that we are facing in our institution. And yeah, Nanssa, they help us, they keep coming along with us, and I'm happy to say most of our students that are applied for their passport renewals, they've been approved and they are out. And I think another issue is the issue of letter of good cause that student needs to renew their student permit. And I think if Nanssa can also help us with that, it would come along nicely. So yeah, I think that's just it. Like I said, I don't have much to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I don't understand so much. The president was sitting here, and the noise of this thing is sorry. No. So no. He has said, respectfully speaking, okay, you are there, okay. That is the Sajoramus of the so like oh, okay, you are there. So, but I don't know when TUT becomes this and that. That's only okay. Now, the second thing I see in what she said is that when a woman is talking and she now uses head to deliver the last point, that point is very important. Letter of good concept, and letter of good cause is very important to them because she said that and letter of good cause. So please, Mr. President, you can sort it within yourself. This thing must not become an issue. Okay, so so we'll be taking reports from Brown University of Technology. So you have the reports now. Are you so surprised that you're going to be reporting to us today? So Comrade Province will be coming to give us report from Brown University of Technology.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Promise Citizen, a student of Brown University of Technology, doing food service management. I don't have much to say. The Association of Brown University has really done well in the past, but due to COVID, the executive before then, they are all done with school, or some of them are in Nigeria, so it's been difficult. It's just me and Comrade Godfrey, but he's not here. He will be here soon. We've been trying to rebuild the whole association from scratch. It's not easy, especially people don't want to lead. And it's difficult because we are not in VUT, like we're not really schooling there because we're doing our masters and we're done like literally and we're working. But I've been trying to help people. People have been coming with the issue of passports. Everyone said that. So I'm sure it's a general issue. Nothing much to say. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have done well. You have done well. Yeah. I don't know what you have done, but yes. No, she just stated
Helping to rebuild the association.
Yeah, I remember. So rebuilding, that is the word. So are you a Christian? You are a Christian, eh? I'm not making this thing a religious thing. So the spirit of Nehemiah will come upon you. You will say, amen. You want to build Jerusalem now. Okay, you talked about the prayer before saying it. You got this. That's the spirit. So we are taking report from there. That's with Waterfront University here in Johannesburg. They are just our neighbor. So please clap for them.
Ladies get Goza.
Okay, and guys get back. You didn't get Goza.
No, you did.
Don't worry. We will knock you back now. Don't worry. Okay, Madam President.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Sorry,
My name is Lola Oladepo. I'm a PhD student in Media Studies at the University of Vets, and I'm the chairperson of the West African Students Union. So West African Students Union, also known as WASU, or West African Students Union, also known as WASU, is a community that caters to the social, cultural, academic, sporting, and other the welfare of its members to ensure that they have a smooth life while at the university and in South Africa. So far, we have partnered with the school's international office to ensure that students get their visa quickly, as well as to ensure that the registration process is very easy and hassle-free, and that the transition into the university is also very smooth and into South Africa as a country. And in April, like the president of UJ said, we partnered together to organize a picnic that brought West African students together. So at WASU, we don't only cater to undergraduate students, we also cater to postgrads and PhD students and postdoc students as well. And recently, we visited the Nigerian, the Ghanaian consulate to solidify our existing relationship. And we're looking to build a stronger bond as well with the Nigerian Commission, as well as other West African commissions as well, to cater to the needs of West African students. So as a body committed to the academic success of its members, we are urging and pleading with the Commission to look into funding opportunities to help alleviate the economic struggles of the Nigerian students. And we are also hoping that internship opportunities can be given to Nigerian students who qualify to also help them on this. And also that WASU, West Africa, and Africa in general belongs to everybody. So we have a slogan, WASU for all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Who noticed something that the report sounded like United Nations Congress? You notice, ne? That's from West Africa. You see that there are two So right about now, so want to take reports from Durban University of Technology. Our comrade, I want to believe that you have rested enough. Okay. Okay, so I wanted to think that it is just your nature that makes you look smart. I don't know if it's the name. So yeah, you get it now. So the name and the person are smart. Please, the report.
The greatest Nigerian student. Greatest wait. I love Mr. Smart, chairperson of the University of Technology. I usually have a problem. Is it functioning?
Yeah, it's functioning.
Okay. I usually have a problem each time I introduce myself as Mr. Smart. People think I can describe it myself. I hope you have a different perception of it. Going forward, as for DUT, I think what we've done so far is trying to revive the epileptic drive in student participation in the organization. So we try to design a kind of process to engage students actively. So from the recent report we sent, we try to update it because before now we're having a very low participation, but standing today and talking to you, I think with this participation has increased and people have the what do you call it? Is to participate actively. So secondly, unlike every other university that have something from this one is a very big challenge. That has something that comes from the university. DUT, the university don't support. So finance comes from the members, annual contribution, donation, and freeway donation as places, as street moves. So it's a very big challenge. And even flying down here, sorry, apologies for my coming late. It's not, I'm not trying to be political here, but you know, when we propose, can I say God disposes or something? But one of those things, you know. So there was a delay with the flight and all that thing, but I'm happy I'm here. So also we have this challenge of passport renewal. Madam President has done of that, and the incoming, I hope you will be able to leave and continue with the process. The process is very tedious. I hope every other person we are facing the same challenge. It's very tedious and provoking and annoying. And at the end of the day, you have to wait for some time before the passport comes. And if the motivation don't pass through, it becomes a problem. So I think we need to push for that, and we need to do something about that, because the passport renewal is our right. We don't need to pay too much for that. So it's a problem we face in DUT, and coming down from DUT to Joburg for passport renewal alone is a very big challenge. Unlike people staying in Joburg and other province, we have that. There's a financial implication, which I think we should work on going forward. Also, another thing is very last. I think we should be having a one-on-one interaction, kind of. So we need to send a communique or whatever. Passport renewal, 5 years validity. We need to talk about that so that we see if we can get a thing, because they say it's for academia, and still, as I'm talking to you, still theoretical. We need to put it into practice. Thank you very much.
Of the greatest Nigerian students. So Mr. Smart came to remind us that you know, we are students union here. Thank you so much for that. So, but before I go further, I want to see this opportunity to welcome our father, Chief Jonas, the Onowu of Igbo in South Africa. Please, a round of applause for that.
Greatest Nigerian student.
Great. Daddy, you are, Madam President, can you bring our papa to the high table here? Thank you so much, sir. Because he's here for a very short time, and you know, if you understand what the busy schedule means, we appreciate him the more. He has he left everything behind to just be here. I mean, Daddy, you will agree with me that this is not about cultural or anything, but I want to do that Igbos are very sensitive to their businesses. You understand? So if he's giving us any minutes, that is very, very important. So clap for him again. Look, I have this wonderful experience when an Igbo man was sick. Like he thought to, and the man was dying, and he thought to write. He said, Cynthia, you are here. He said, yes, Papa. Mama Cynthia, you are here. Yes, Papa. Ochuko, you are here. Yes, Papa. And the man said, who called the shop? You understand? So it's always very. Thank you so much again for coming. So what about now? Yeah, so just because our father, is here to bless us with his fatherly word, he has so many other daughters and sons he also needs to attend to. Please, we want to share our program for a second, just to take, the fatherly word from our father. Thank you. Please clap for.
Salutations to all of you, great Nigerian students. My sincere apologies that I wouldn't stay much
I wouldn't stay long here before I leave. I'm going to preside over a marriage between one of you and also another one of you. Both of them agreed to be husband and wife. And because the cultural rights must be fulfilled, Professor John, my father, asked me to come and preside over that. He's a daughter of a Professor Edwin John. John was one of the former advisors to Thabo Mbeki and former President Jacob Zuma of monitoring and evaluation. So he has contributed a lot in this country. Good enough, the husband to be is from Kogi State, so it's one of us. And I don't know why most of you are not getting married to each other. One of the marriages I will hardly attend is when you go and marry, there are love and good people everywhere. But because of what we are witnessing in South Africa, it will be difficult for us to hand over our daughter to South Africans. We can take their own daughter. But to give our daughter to them, it will be very difficult. So please, start looking at each other and start getting married to each other. And when such things happen, if you call us, we will be there. Because our presence will be to encourage you to continue to marry each other. By the way, I think President-elect, or did they remove me? This president, President-elect, yes. President-elect. Oh, did I join the God? Am I right? Okay. So when I went to register to do my honors, I saw him in UJ some 2 years ago. So last year I finished my honors, and then we were 126 students, and I finished with distinction. Wow. We were 126 students, and I was the only one with distinction. I didn't say this in order to brag about it. If old man like me, with your, this is not spread. If I can do it with the pressure of sponsoring 4 children, I have 4 kids, 3 daughters and 1 son, paying their school fees, paying the bond, because you know in this country we're buying houses credit, even car is credit. Some people do buy clothes in credit. Fortunate enough, our traditional regalia, nobody sells it in credit. So we escaped from this other side. So why I'm saying this is, Nigerian students in the United States, in UK, Russia, different parts of the world, they are making us proud with their academic records. The Ivy League, Nigerians in the Ivy League, we have the highest number of students in Ivy League. Then you're here, you are not serious with your studies. Probably you go from one party to another, and they expect the lecturer to award you marks. It doesn't work like that. Your parents are expecting the best. Your community is expecting the best. The country, Nigeria, is expecting the best. It is also very unfortunate that Nigerian students in South Africa who actually covers the youth wing of Nigeria in this country, that they have felt so much short of their responsibilities, holding political leaders to account, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Abafemi Awolowo, and so on and so forth, Thabo Mbeki. All these people, while their home country was burning, at that time, they made an impact. They sacrificed a lot. But from the Nigerian students in South Africa, zero, which is very regretted. Are you, so which confidence are you putting in us that we are going to have a better tomorrow when you seem to have compromised with the rotten and corrupt system, which was enabled by the new patrimonial system that we're practicing? So when are you going to bring the change? If you are afraid to act, then you want to bequeath the corrupt system to your own children. When you want us to expect your action to say, no, this is not what we want. We don't expect you to take flight and go to Nigeria. These people here are representing the government. When they invite you, when a political leader come all the way from home and come here, use that opportunity and tell them that what they are doing is not how it's supposed to be. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. The Nigerian university, your counterparts who are not privileged, who are in Nigeria, they have been out of school for how long? What have you done? No, what have you done? You kept quiet because you already compromised. You have already accepted that your home country must remain like that. Let us stop keeping quiet. It was it J.F. Kennedy who said that the hottest place in hell shall be kept for those who keep quiet in the times of moral crisis. So please, for us to change Nigeria is all in our hands. The situation in a country, people will jump out and say, it's my turn, it's my turn. Then other people will be, you ask them what they support. They are talking about party. Are you not aware that ANC is in policy conference? What are they doing in policy conference? To review their policies, to know where have they fell short within the period after the last review. Was it 2007 when they reviewed their policy? Now they want to incremental policy. There is what they call incremental policy, which is to add or to even remove a policy that is not working for them. After that, they will now look for a leader who have the capacity to implement what they have already written. But for us, whether capacity or not, qualification to govern Nigeria, your tribal origin is enough qualification. Number two, your religion is the second qualification. And the students who have traveled wide, who have studied, are condoning this. Hey, my brothers, seriously, I am ashamed of myself. If you are not ashamed, I am equally ashamed on your behalf. Let us stand up and act. May I say congratulations to the newly elected executives. Do not fold your hand. Start to do something. I have always, I think maybe I may be the foremost Nigerian community leader here that is supporting, not financially, word of mouth, encouraging. There was a time they don't give you space when you come to events. I'm the one that fought for your space. Now the consulate and different communities are now recognizing you. I fought for them. Because Nigeria will not recognize them. And that's why you can see 67-year-old being youth leaders in Nigeria, 67-year-old. In South Africa, immediately you are over 35, you're already out of it. But here, they don't want to get old. Even their biological system is telling them that they are old, but they say, no, they are not old because of selfish interest, which is not actually in any of your interests. So let me not continue to take your time. I thank you for the privilege and the opportunity that you have granted. Thank you, and remember.
Thank you so much. That was short, sharp, and concise, if you ask me. And yes, so I believe many of us are thinking about all of these things, and we are looking for how to bring action into whatever thing we have heard today. But at the same time, so
Pause of the program just to have pictures before it goes. Sorry.
It was President who said that. I'm not the one. So that you don't think this man is
Incoming executive, people.
okay.
Okay, now, come to the middle here.
Where are they?
This is lopsided. You are on one side.
Yeah, one side. Yeah, the other is Charity, where are you standing? No, you are handing over to them.
No, they were ruminating on what, she because it's living
No,
now.
come
So
this side. Except if it's too.
so he's comfortably between women. Okay, I can be very sure that I'll get this picture now because I think I have like 105 pictures in this man that I have uploaded. I have like 105, but with giving this yeah, I think as a matter of sensitivity, so I will want to also say to our South African counterparts that we love you and we are one. Yeah, so I need to just say that. I mean, thank you so much for your understanding. Yeah, so we are moving on to the next item on our agenda. Having taken reports from our institutions, we want to take the financial reports from the treasurer of the association. We want to take the financial report of Nanssa, the Nanssa financial report by the treasurer. That is the next thing on our agenda, and after that we'll have the speech by the outgoing, president. Yeah, but right about now, we would like to welcome the treasurer for the financial report, right? Or do we still have institutions that are filing the report? Okay, so UP is not here yet, so the rest of Victoria, they're not here. So yeah, so that will be all for institutional reports. And I'm right about now. So it's okay that we take the financial reports now. So Mr. Treasurer. Okay, so the treasurer is not around right now, and Madam President will be taking that report. Thank you so much. The financial secretary is also not around. Is the financial secretary around? Okay.
Okay, because of
Congress. Yeah, in Congress. Yeah, reaction. So, Comrade Olubuiwa, and after that, I will take Comrade Eric.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, immediate Secretary General from UJ, right? I noticed that when the good pictures was being taken, there were some people that came up that ELCOM is not aware of. I represent the Secretary General of ELCOM, that is the Electoral Committee of Nanssa, and we conducted the election, and we had about 4 votes. That is the president, secretary, and director of public relations. That's PR. But to my surprise, I'm seeing some new faces, right? So I just want that to be clear that the general ELCOM
is not aware of that. Thank you.
Yeah, so like, did you get?
Yeah, so what Comrade Muiwa said was that clearly when the election was held, so the election brought in 4 persons, the president, the vice president, the general secretary, and the PR, the public relations officers. And he also said he noticed that while the group photograph was being taken here, that some people came up as the executive, which was not clear to him as the general secretary of the electoral committee that was conducted the election. So he's seeking clarification to that. Okay, Comrade Carlton, sir.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, very much. As the electoral chairman, yes, there were 4 elected offices, which was the office of the president, the office of the vice president, the office of the secretary, and the office of the public relation officer in there. People who got to the ballot on the deadline and were duly elected, and we have the result for that. Now, further communication was made to the general Nigerian students and the financially active institution, which I think we can make a list of that being, I know TUT, UJ, VET, UNISA, there's a list of active, financially active and well-standing institutions. We pleaded for them to actually send in names to say, why don't we fill up this post before the inauguration, so that we will not be sitting here inaugurating 4 out of 10 leaders. And I believe everyone sitting in this room will agree that the 40% is definitely.
Starting a blog for the first time is an amazing, yet intimidating experience. Thinking that people are actually going to read, and even share, something you wrote. It's unlike any other feeling I can describe. But it's not all rainbows and butterflies. Starting a blog is hard work, and there are a lot of pitfalls along the way.
The current executive of Nanssa, I told them about this, and they said they will welcome the financial active institution to propose names from their different institutions, of which many more institutions showed interest and declared their basically declared interest to fill up the positions. And they also went through due process. I tried to communicate with the current executive of the electoral committee, of which I found no response for. So documents were properly sent to the electoral committee email as well as to the Nanssa email for the new people that have been inaugurated. Thank you.
Okay, so I will take so just to tidy that side also. I think the question I was about to ask as a Congress member too was that run through the electoral committee, and Comrade Muiwa, who asked the question, is the general secretary of that committee. So I think I will have to go back to him before I go to Comrade Eric. So we are in Congress, all hands will be recognized.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, to avoid any ambiguity, I think the last, one of the father that just left, one of the key things I had him say is things must be done right. In my reaction to what the Elcon chairman just said, he said that he communicated to the executive, right, of Elcon. After the chairman, I happened to be the next person. He did not communicate. He is the right thing. And As at the last time, I phoned as a matter of fact, all executives, all ELCA members have a password and to the official HELCOM email. And at the last time I checked it, before signing out, there was nothing like that, right? So I do not know what the ELCOM chairman is talking about. Yesterday, immediately the WhatsApp group created for the ELCOM was, immediately ELCOM finished that work, which is to conduct election. I checked out because I believe that ELCOM has completed our work. However, if he said he communicated with me, he knows my number and he knows that I'm not in the group any longer. And not just me anyway. But to my surprise, the group was created again. And yesterday, less than 48 hours, the only thing that was sent into that group was the list of called other executives. And nobody, no other executive member of HELCOM, or as a matter of fact, no other HELCOM member was aware of that. So I don't know who sat and vetted that list. I do not know.
Okay, so I think, have you landed, sir?
Thank you.
Okay, so I will take Comrade Eric of the greatest Nigerian students. Articulate Nigerian students. Articulate. I am Dr. Eric Akintemi, the immediate past president of Association of Nigerian Students, University of KwaZulu-Natal. I have these two observations to make. Number one is for the outgoing executives. By God's grace, I've been able to work with them in the last 2 years when I served as the secretary of the association in my institution, and as well as when I became the president. So I quite know a number of the outgoing national executive. But to my knowledge here, I can only say maybe only 4 of them are present in this meeting. Yes, I'm very sure of the president, the outgoing secretary, and Promise. I'm sorry, I think vice secretary, right? Yes, yeah. So apart from the 3 people I've mentioned, I'm not sure of any other outgoing members of the executive that is present in this meeting. Yes. Okay. So I said 4. So I don't know if I'm wrong. I will be corrected. So please, I understand all this while it's like the burden of the work administratively has been on the neck of the outgoing president and secretary. However, I think courtesy demands and responsibility and duty demands that even if you are not actively involved in the leadership of an association, but for the fact that you have that title and you definitely have it on your CV, even if you decide not to put it in your CV, it's already part of your profile. So I expect that every member of the outgoing executive should be present in this meeting. And to that point, I'm holding all the presidents of institutions where those outgoing members of the executives belong responsible. Please, after this meeting today, all the members of the outgoing executive that are absent in today's meeting, please, this is the Congress. I'm moving a motion that they should all write a letter to the national executive via the national Nanssa mail, tendering why they are not present. It may be tenable, it may not be tenable, but it shows a sense of responsibility. They should send a mail to Nanssa email telling us why they are absent in today's meeting. Thank you. That's point 1. Point 2, on the choice of the additional members of executive, I have been in communication because the success of any leader lies in the success of the successors. I've been in communication with my successor, the lady right in front of me,
the current president of Association of Nigerian Students, University of KwaZulu-Natal, and got information about nomination of interested members to belong to the incoming executives. However, I want to say, so in that wise, I want to say that, okay, the outgoing executive and the campus leaders are aware of this issue. So I wouldn't lie about that. I wouldn't exonerate campus leaders in that wise, because I'm trying to get along and know what is happening and see how I can contribute my own quota. However, if need be, Comrade Owa, please, perhaps you forgot, it's possible, you forgot to carry the members, because we have a member of ELCOM, representative from UKZN, in person of Comrade Tosin Adeate. I can call him to verify, but perhaps it escaped your mind to carry them along. Just feel free, tender an apology right here and let it end. Thank you.
Comrade Patrick, I think is the next. Okay, so before Comrade Patrick, so I think the president wants to react to the first, what was it called now? The first point the Comrade Eric made. Thank you.
Okay, this is regarding basically executives, the outgoing executives, and why most of them are not here. So of course we have 8 executive members, of which 4 are present here and 4 are not present here. One of which lost the grandmother and presently in Nigeria. One lost the mother and presently in Nigeria. And so you can imagine that this is a critical situation, and they have communicated with us while they're not here. They have regretted that fact. They were building communication. They have actually worked also to prepare for this. This program you are holding right here was actually designed by one of them. So you should know that they put in the effort. So if they are not here, it doesn't mean that they didn't put in the effort to be here, but they are here with us in presence, even if they are not here right now. So basically, they are still putting in the work, even in the last minute, they are still here. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I would say Comrade Patrick.
Thank you very much. I'm just trying to brief the way I can present Dr. Patrick. I'm a critical stakeholder from GSA and before. When my president was making his presentation, he said something critical. We are always fighting outside and things to be done right. And I will try to give an analogy so that we arrive at something. You see, we are Nigerians. We know what is happening back home. And I'm always critical that we don't bring what is happening back home to this place. And that's why we are always having challenges. Now, if we have a constitution, and the constitution says this, that, the current leadership, they are going and the current leadership, we are all from Edo State, true of us, including myself. Edo State does not have a National House of Assembly complete because of a Shomole Obaseki issue. The people that were sworn in was not even half of the house. And until INEC conduct an election, that number that was sworn in is still the number that is still working tomorrow because of what the Nigerian constitution said. It's not because a group of people agreed that let's do, or somebody come to tender an apology. Let me tell you something as an engineer and scientist. When you have a force reaction as a base material, whatever you do to it is a catalyst for destruction and it will be destroyed. Because for people to respect you, this is our outgoing president, this is our new president. He might look young. We have doctors, professors. So when he's talking, we respect him. When he was talking, we respected him because they came without default. So whether we try to say, let's just give an apology or somebody said it, we should go back to our constitution. The constitution said we have a body. We get the money to conduct an election. They conduct an election. On the day of inauguration, we are seeing more numbers. And somebody cannot say we agreed on it. Is it constitutional? Because the truth about it is, we either grow from here or we depreciate from here. And that is the point we are making. They gave us this venue. We are working with the embassy. We are happy. We are growing. But at this point, we know whether we are having a positive growth or negative growth. Americans say they are not in depression, but they are having negative growth. So let's do what is right. And Edda has spoken just now. We are not going to look whether it's logical. I'm giving you what is going on in the state we all came from. I'm from Edo State. The House of Assembly, more than half of them are sitting at home because they were not sworn in. And governance is still going on. The government is doing the second term. INEC has not done the election. They said all the court cases must be completed. So it is only the president that was duly elected. He should be sworn in. If you put any wrong play on top, I just an advice. It's a catalyst for discussion. Record it, hold it anywhere. We will not grow from here. We will start appreciating from here because we are going to live here with grudges in our hearts. We are going to go back to our respective school. We are going to sit there. We are going to talk about this issue. And we are going to say, don't mind them. And what has happened will continue to happen because you have allowed illegality to become legal. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'll take Comrade David Love. Comrade David Love. And we just have 2 hands more, and I want to plead that we have put, the whole 3 programs to 1 day, and for that matter, we have other conditions that are bounding. So we have Comrade David Love, Comrade Ben Adeyemi, and Comrade Patrick. Comrade Smart. No, okay. Comrade Ike, Comrade David Love, Comrade Benjamin, Comrade Ike, and Comrade Smart. Please, let us make it very snappy. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Madam President, the current executives. One house, please. I understand the issue going on. We are trying to find a political solution and also make it legal. But then I think the Econ chairman forgot about the legality of the political solution. However, according to our constitution, section 7.2, subsection 7.2.6, by-election may be conducted immediately any vacancy exists at the next meeting. Also, in that same section, subsection 7.2.2 says only delegates from registered institutions are eligible to vote and be voted for as the officer of the association. Madam President, speaking to you, Mr. Chairman, I'm speaking to you. This is what the Constitution says. I have no problem. Speak on my own. I have no problem with Ms. Sabiat or Ms. Elizabeth or Ms. Ike or Ms. Promise. As far as the Nanssa Constitution are, they are product of illegality. And as far as Constitution of Nanssa are, they are illegal schools, which we will not regard. And if, just like my president said, if Nanssa continues to stand on illegality, you are threatening us. I'm speaking from my mistake in UJ. You are threatening us in UJ because a weak national body will always affect us at the lower level, and that is what we cannot afford. So please, I don't know who is going to inaugurate the new ESCOs, but those 4 individuals will not, according to the Constitution, should not be inaugurated today. That is what the Constitution says. There should be a by-election. Only delegates can even vote in a by-election. Even if it is 1 delegate, maybe the Nanssa, the German ECOM is from UNISA. Even if it is 2 delegates from UNISA, and say, please, we have the evidence. If it is 2 that vote for these new ESCOs, it becomes a law. It's not about the number, it's about the process. So please and please, we cannot stand
illegality in our Congress. And that is the essence of Congress. For people to talk, for people to show their concerns, but then the Constitution is supreme over anything that we are even going to say in Congress. So it's not as if the chairman ever will apologize or there will be a motion that will be raised for the adoption of export. No, it has to be what is in the Constitution. We cannot go against. Thank God I was not part of those that reviewed this Constitution. I met it there and I'm sticking to it. And I believe those that are even disobeying what is in the Constitution, they are part of those that even reviewed the Constitution, and which is an intellectual insult. So please, Madam President, the incoming president, we only recognize those that we have voted for. DJ had 5 delegates that voted, and our delegate has said a motion is moved to dismiss, to distribute the dissolution of the committee today, and another committee will be set up. Our delegates are still alive. Our delegates are still functional, and our delegates are recognized by the law. Thank you very much.
Comrade, no. Okay. No. I recognize 3 persons and say, please, we would actually need to be snappy, but I don't know how this can be said because we are in the middle of doing the right thing and doing the constitutional thing. So, otherwise, I think the next person to speak is Comrade Benjamin Adeyemi. Yes, I have recognized. That was. No, but the point is that I did not see her, and when I made the 4 people that I saw, we cannot. It would be more like we are bending things for gender sensitivity. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. Thank you so much, sir. I think Comrade Benjamin should speak, and please let's make it snappy. As a matter of conclusion, I think I will throw it back to the Congress that we need to conclude this matter, and because we have those less than 30 minutes to do every other thing we are doing here. People that gave us the space, brought us here, are waiting for us already, which is not okay. Please, we need to conclude this matter.
Good evening, everyone. I'll be everybody is coming by me. The Secretary General of all the students at University of Johannesburg. So it is my pleasure to speak with you this afternoon. So first, the pertaining to Nanssa generally, based on what the ex-president of Congress of Nigerian Students at University of Johannesburg, based on what he just said now, regarding the constitution, one thing I've observed pertaining to what has been happening in Nanssa, I think things are done. Most of the things that have happened there are not in line with the constitution. So being a leader, like leadership generally, once you are a leader, you need to do things in accordance to the constitution. You need to follow what is written in the constitution. Whereas I'm even surprised because that constitution, I was part of people that reviewed it when it was reviewed, and the president and the vice president, the outgoing vice president, so it's not here now, he was the chairman of the constitution review. So he knows what was inside the constitution, every content of God, but these are not done in line, in accordance with the constitution. So I would like to advise the incoming executive to work in accordance with what is written in the constitution. Don't do anything outside the constitution. Take for instance, this Nanssa election, the election, we had the election in April. Just inaugurating the new executive. So I don't think things like this should be happening in our midst as a student. And I think we also call ourselves leaders. So I think I will only advise the incoming executive not to allow this thing to repeat itself. Let's work things based on what is written. Let's do everything based on what is written in the Nanssa constitution. So, and also in terms of decision making, when you are making decisions as a leader, you need to carry your followers along. Let them know what you can't just be making decisions without the content of your followers. It's as if you are a dictator. You understand? So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll take Comrade Ike.
Thank you. Thank you very much for giving me. You know, what I want to add to what you guys are saying, there's no need to back and forth. Of all these things, this program is 3 in 1. And one of the programs is almost getting the whole day. And then if we continue going back and forth with all these things, I don't think we're going to leave here today. So I want to enjoy you and call. So please, when you have the next page, please time them up so that we can finish in time, and then we can go home. Saturday, some of us will have so please, let's make it to them so we can go. Thank you.
As a first respondent to that, I think I will not take that on behalf of the Nanssa. We have actually set aside today. If we are talking about consuming time because of other programs, I would say yes, we need to manage time for that. But when you say some of us have things to do at home, it is not accepted here. As a first respondent to that, I would not accept that. I'm just so direct. I will not accept that because we have set aside today to do what we have come to do. Please, thank you.
Thank you. I think just to add on that, with the time-wise, yes, we are here for the Congress, we're here for the inauguration and the award ceremony. And let's also note that we have leaders who flew in from other provinces, and they have to also catch their flight back as well. So I think that's one of the major considerations we need to, and consideration number 2, the High Commission representative and the consulate representative, they have been waiting for us for the past 1 hour because we told them when our Congress will end, and that was like an hour ago. So they've actually been waiting on us.
Yeah, okay, so
let's try to make it now because we still have
the inauguration to do. I'm so sorry, senior comrade. I am so sorry that I will not be taking your hand. You know why? The only hand I will be recognizing right now is that of Comrade Smart. And I have, we have benchmarked it to the 4 people. I hope you remember. So Comrade Smart is the last person who will be taking. Well, Comrade Promise. I think I have benchmarked it before if I'm taking Comrade Promise, that means I'll be taking my comrade here. So that is the point. So right now, what about Comrade Smart? Okay, so let's take Comrade Smart now, then Comrade Promise and my senior comrade here. Please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Princess Nigerian student. Yeah, it's getting interesting. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. I'm kind of enjoying it because the points are valid, they are concrete, and they are very authentic. And when the Constitution was cited, I was so happy, and it tried to clarify a lot of things. But correct me if I'm wrong. We have a Constitution, and at the time, the Congress supersedes whether the Constitution, the Executive, the Committee, the LM, or whatever. The Congress supersedes. Yes. Congress supersedes the Constitution. Let me go. The Constitution were made by the people. The people adopted the Constitution. So the people can come again together. That's the Congress. Understand what I'm saying? Understand what I'm saying? No, understand what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying? Let me come. I'm still talking, please. Wait.
No, Comrade,
I'm speaking.
Comrade Patrick.
I'm speaking.
Comrade Patrick.
I said
order.
I said greater Nigerian students. I said that the Congress supersedes because the Constitution were made by the people. That's what when I say supersede, it means the Congress can come together and review and put up a standing order based on what they want to do. Sorry? Because you have been reviewed. I was part of the Congress. Thank you. It has been reviewed. Allow me to learn. Huh? So when I said that, it means that the Congress will come together and adopt after the review. Very well. So now it has happened. ESCOs were elected and there were additional after the normal election. It's a two-way thing. Not that the ELECO is not aware, but however, the chairman was aware of this decision. Well, I was in the committee when they asked for nomination. However, I'm going to blame most institutions did not present a nominee. They did not present a nominee. And it becomes very hectic for us to work with that. I'm not pushing for negotiation or trying to hinder it. I'm pushing for a way forward. Now, I'm not saying that the constitution, where we should not follow the constitution, but now it has happened. And now there are two things. This is a Congress. It's either we go forward with them or we withdraw them. Which calls for, at the end of the day, which calls for what? Voting. So if we are going with them, we move with them, or if we are not going with them, we withdraw them and go back again to buy election. So this is a very simple matter, and I push. Can I finish? Can I finish? Greatest Nigerian students, greatest Nigerian students of the greatest people, the greatest Papa, the mental way. Now, what I say is valid, and I meant it. Yes. Now, if we are going with them, we go with them. If we are not going with them, we drop them. It's a very simple matter. And the process is very tricky because we cannot totally say that ELECO, they are not aware. No, we cannot totally say that they are not aware. But the chairman, I'm going to blame you because you're supposed to notify your members. This is what will happen. But however, the deal has been done. So there is only one option we have. If we are going to go, if we are not, this is a Congress. I rest my case. Thank you.
Okay, so no. So sorry. Just Comrade Patrick. Yes, I understand, and we will take it. Comrade promise.
I just want to suggest something to solve the issue, and that's it. Because we will keep going back and front. Guys, can we please solve this issue because of time? We can keep going back and front, but it doesn't solve any problem. So it's very simple. If we're gonna do the election, let's do it now. Of the new members, that will make me happy.
Comrade promise. Is that the point you want to make?
No, that's not the point. But they keep having any point.
Okay, so at this junction,
way forward. What do we do now?
Okay, so that's it. President, can you get the microphone? At this junction, I need to bring a celestial information to us. Celestial information. Please, at this junction, just as we have said that we have one program, so we are being what's it called, pressured by the other program because the Consular General is on the seat already with other schedules after attending to us. So from point of order, and we want it to be straight. We have 5 minutes to run this. We want it to be from the party.
Comrade Patrick. My point of order is we have a constitution. And when I said the constitution part 1, section 1.3, the first phrase said the constitution shall be supreme. Now listen. Nigerians cannot gather marry home because it's not constitutional. And the constitution said free. So whatever point of order you are disagree, whatever you want to do, when it is out of this constitution, the constitution has given a constitutional election, which my former president has been out. Any apology, any election that is not in line with the constitution is not avoided.
Okay, so I'll take conference. Okay, so I'll take after my senior conference. I'll take your name and constitution. Please cooperate. Thank you.
Okay,
As I said, I'm a senior comrade. I'm a senior comrade. First of all, also which is not that adopted. Consider the constitution, constitution. I think legal practitioners to that. And thank you very much for and the incoming executive and a lot of things as well. But I think that's not it's one of you. So it's not saying I'm to say I subject to constitution what office and let's go back to the operation. So we go back to the chat. Because I'm doing this house. Oh, let's talk about this is which we're not on the delegates and other issues going on. So we start picking up start picking up issues. This organization don't have issues as well. You need to understand of the organization that we quoted this I'm not as but as a what does she say? If you haven't made this period for sake, I cannot see you as I'm sorry I said some people out of emotion and then you can't be head. We should not see ourselves as getting not living in this process. You might dispute ideology and everything, but history is very much important. Because history is what is happening to we're quoting history of things that happen to current system in the constant like this. So please let's go back to the history of the organization and let's come and make it say, look, if an institution or delegate have certain or institution have certain views or certain ambition to run its selected offices. Because for example, if you say, President, please one of this, if you say that let me give you one of the delegates, even if it's one delegate. With historically, UNISA has dominated the executive's position. People have raised from different institutions have raised questions about we're not diversified. Also, issues of raised that all executives as well are from within the one province. It's not diverse. It's a lot of issues. Even the delegate issue as well is an issue we need to also look at. Good standing, a lot of issues. So I'm begging all of us. I'm not going to. I'm giving my suggestion. I'm not going to say let's
let's let's validate or read the constitution on the previous one of the one that we want to adopt. So please, let's leave our own institutional ambitions or individual ambitions aside, because Nanssa is going to die if we continue like this. I'm telling you, different institution and acting privilege law. I don't have a DJ, I don't have a Sterling Bosch and some other investors. People are vastly losing interest. We're becoming what we just demonstrated. They were becoming area, for example, we were because area boys and area girls. Intellectual area boys and area girls.
I will take comrade. So we have comrade Eric as a way forward. Comrade Eric as a way forward. And before comrade Eric, 1 minute. Yes.
Greatest Nigerian students. This is the way forward, and we have to look into our constitution and come up with this way forward. Section 7, subsection 7.2, 7.2.1, the committee members shall be elected at the annual general meeting. Can we say this is an annual general meeting? Yes. Only delegates from registered institutions are eligible to vote and be voted for as officers of the association. And then when I move to the next point, 7.2.6, by-election may be conducted immediately any vacancies exist at the next meeting. Executive members, okay, nomination for vacant positions must be proposed and seconded by the delegates. So as it stands, in this Congress, we don't have the delegates quorum. We don't have the delegates quorum. So this is my motion for way forward. And the motion is that this is the Congress, and the power of the Congress is supersedes what we have in this place. Am I right? So I want to say constitutionally, from what I've quoted, that the duly elected executives shall be inaugurated. The duly elected executives shall be inaugurated. The newly nominated executives shall be put on hold, and with the involvement of the electoral committee and the delegates, they will be elected via a by-election. That is the motion. Any second?
Just a motion.
No. He just moved. He just moved.
Please wait. Order, please.
He just moved the motion. See, we don't have promotion. There is promotion already. The CG is out for the next phase of this program.
This event is going to end now, or else.
Yes, there is solution already now. Order. A minister is talking. A minister is talking to us right now.
Can we please have one house? Okay? Can we please have one house? Because we expected the program this year, Congress, to end by 1. Okay? And the CG, the Deputy High Commissioner from Deputy High Commissioner is here. Because everybody is here for the next program. Okay? So I understand this main thing is inauguration. And inauguration is for elected candidates or elected officials. Okay, so what is the problem?
Okay, so just one second and we are done.
So
we have a motion that has been moved. Yes, I know.
The inauguration is for elected officials. Okay, let's do the inauguration for the elected officials. And we have another dedication because from here they are going for another
From then they will let the country. So please. Oh.
There's emotion, right?